I am here at a new client of mine. As you probably know, it's a major, in my opinion, it's a crisis. Businesses across the US are hurting really bad because they can't get anyone to work. And despite what anyone tells you, the reason that no one is showing up for work is because in these entry-level jobs and employers can't even hire anyone, is because the government is paying more for you to stay home than to go to work. So I don't blame anyone for staying home and making more or similar and having your summer off and not having to go to work and making more than you would if you showed up to work. I don't blame anyone, but the problem is business owners cannot hire people. And what got me so upset yesterday, I'm still heated over it. I'm dropping off the business cards to Ebony, and I realized, she's been in business a month or two or something. She just opened this, but here's this bright girl, and there's businesses like this all over. Here's this bright girl, puts probably everything she has into opening this business, and at some point she's going to want to hire someone. When you start a business, that's on your radar. I'll hire someone, I'll have more free time eventually. I'll be a business owner, I'll be providing a job. But there are a lot of idiots out there that are now taking the stance of, well, pay a living wage. And maybe if these employers would pay, people living wages and not treat them like slaves. This poor girl here, what is she gonna have to do? She's gonna have to, in order to be a good employer, she's gonna have to hourly someone at $25 an hour or whatever you consider a living wage. We're freaking here, at least in upstate New York, everywhere is trying to pay $14, $15, $16 an hour and still can't get people to even show up. What do you and you still get all this backlash of, these employers don't want to pay anyone and they don't want the living wage. How am I supposed to live on this? The only reason you idiots are saying that is because you're sitting at home and you're getting paid. You're getting paid by the government $300 extra. You're not being forced to look for jobs. You're given this money. You don't have to go to somebody. Now suddenly you have all this power, and that you're big tough. Well, I'm gonna strike. I'm not gonna show up for work. Well, all that changes when the money's gone. All that changes when the extra $300 down. Should this girl have to feel bad because she's not giving people $18, $20 an hour to work in a little store? It's impossible. I'm sorry about that. The road noise was getting crazy. I was right next to a busy road. Plus I was super heated. All you hear right now is, well, this is what employers get for not paying living wages. This is what employers get for not taking care of their employees. Don't go into business if you're not gonna be willing to pay living wages and all this living wage stuff. So someone who just opened up and is now thrust into this may end up with this skewered, it might be you. You might have just opened up a business or thinking about opening up one, and all you hear is this resistance from people that are like, yeah, unless you pay $20 an hour, full benefits, and all these cushy perks that everyone apparently should be starting off getting, you may second think about opening up your business, and that's not right. In America and probably most of the world, we're encouraged to open up our own businesses to create jobs, and we do what we can. Most business owners out there are struggling to get by themselves. I don't know how you expect them to pay these exorbitant wages for people with no skills. One thing you can do, which is why I haven't had so much of a problem, is consider hiring college age and even high school age workers. They can be really, really good workers. A lot of people are looking more for college and high school kids because they're the ones not collecting unemployment as much, or they just want beer money or whatever in college. Are they allowed to drink in college? No, I don't think so. Especially with the summer coming up, because I don't think this unemployment thing is gonna, it doesn't end till September, and I just don't think people are gonna really want to go back to work at all if they can sit on their butt all summer and collect what they would be working. So considering that most college age kids are going to be off for the summer and high schoolers that are off for the summer that with working papers, I would suggest trying to recruit from there. Give your high school a call. If you're a parent, network with other parents, teachers, coaches, the track coach. Say, hey, I've got a job position open. It's entry level. It's getting really hard to find work, but I was thinking maybe a couple bright students might be interested in making some extra spending money. They might turn out to be fantastic employees. I've hired people as young as 16. They've turned out to be great. You can make a huge impact in kids' lives because this is the first time for many of them that they've ever worked somewhere. The bright side is if you've tightened up your processes and figured out how to make things work with fewer employees, you may not need as many employees. You may find out that you can get by with 10, 15, 20% less staff and still be fully operational. I would venture to say most businesses that have at least a few employees have some kind of bloat. And some states are already starting to force people to start looking back for work. So use this time to tighten up your processes, figure out how to make things work with fewer employees, and come out of it a strong, it's going to weed some bad businesses out. Some businesses are just going to be wiped out. And the ones that are going to make it will hopefully come back a lot stronger, and hopefully that's you.